Good morning, everyone. Here we are at the Gentle Barn. There's Ellie, and there's Earl. And if you could see what I see right now, there's little cute little pigs who are so cute. So, we are just live here in just the group today, and we're going to talk a lot about, I have to hold this because there's a little pig that wants to knock over the stand. Anyway, today we are live for our Energy Healing for Animals Masterclass. And let's see. I can't tell you how in love with this stand. I'm going to show you what's going on here and why it's jiggly. And now of course that I pointed out, they're not interested, but they were trying to knock over my little stand. So anyway, I want to let people come on, and we'll carry on in a few minutes. But I think that while we're here, I want to definitely, while people are coming on, I want to show you what the sights are like here. So what are the names of the new llamas?
Skip and Joni. That's Skip.
Hi, Skip. This is Skip. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. How? Oh.
And there's Joni with her face in the feed bucket.
Okay, so we're gonna go meet Joni. And I've always wanted them to name an animal Joan, so we're getting closer. Hi, Joni. Hi, Joni. Oh my goodness. All right, so anyway, and there's Ellie in her happy place. So, are people here, Yasmin?
Yes. It's so amazing to see you guys there at the Gentle Barn. People are jumping on, and they are. Everyone is just like, oh, ooh, that's so cool. Hello.
Yeah.
It's so amazing to see people's comments and how much they love and follow the Gentle Barn. Oh my God, there's so much love coming through.
Yeah, if you don't follow the Gentle Barn, it's time to get on Facebook and follow the Gentle Barn. And you can follow Ellie too. She has her own.
I'll put the links in the comments to follow.
Okay, thank you. So today we're going to go into EFT, and we have some amazing stories here about EFT and some animals that have really been helped by it here at the Gentle Barn. And then we're going to tap on a horse. And I just want everybody to see King because he just came out in all his glory. There he is over there, King of the Barnyard. Anyway, if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet, and I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And the school is here to, you can learn animal communication in its most basic form for you and your animals at home, or you can learn it to become an animal communicator. And the same with energy healing. We have energy healing classes for you if you are having a struggle with a behavioral issue, and we'll really go into that today. Or there's a little pig on the stand. And by the way, maybe maybe you want to be in the picture with me, Skip. Anyway, and we have energy healing, and you can become an energy healer. So, yeah, that's pretty darn cute. I guess Did you get a little too close, Joni? Oh. Okay.
You were about to capture behind the scenes at the Gentle Barn.
Exactly. Hi, Joni. Hi. Wait, Skip says, wait, that was my close-up. Competitive llama close-ups. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, we are here to do some work. What I wanted to say is that, oh boy, here goes the camera, because now the llama wants to see what the pig smeared all over the stand. We're here, so I was talking about the school. The school is, we've got certification for animal communication and energy healing, and or both. And oh my God, now I've got a pig on my shoe. Okay, you are so stinking cute. It's like kids and animals will just take away the scene every time. So anyway, so that's the school. We have lots of things coming up. We have the fall intensive. We have the animal communication level 1, and that's a 12-week class to learn animal communication. We have energy healing for animals, level 1, starting in the fall. So there are all kinds of, actually we're taking a break. Today's my last day of classes. That's not true. I have teacher training on Saturday. Saturday's my last day of classes, and then the school takes 6 weeks off. And so we're doing definitely a lot of classes. We still have one class in the summer, but we have we're going to gear back up for fall. So even though my students have 6 weeks off, I won't. But anyway, so today we're here to talk about EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And I'm going to sit down here instead of leaning against a rock. So anyway, we're here to talk about the EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And EFT is so profound for animals. How it works is, I stole your spot, but I'm still talking about EFT. So EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, is a technique where we tap on acupressure points, and those acupressure points are connected to meridians. Those meridians are connected to organ systems, and those organ systems are connected to emotions. And so a lot of the feel-good points that we start with, you're telling a hard story or a sad story or a traumatic story while you're tapping on some very calming and feel-good points. And if you knew nothing else about it, that sums it up. And I think what I want to do is let Ellie come in and tell some stories, because we have some amazing stories and we can actually meet the characters. So everyone, this is Ellie from the Gentle Barn, and she's in the school.
Hi. Hi. So for those of you that have never been to the Gentle Barn or who are new to Joan Ranquet's school and might not have heard about the Gentle Barn, just to really quickly give you some background, the Gentle Barn is a 23-year-old national organization located in Santa Clarita, California, which is just 30 minutes north of Los Angeles. We're also located in St. Louis, Missouri, and Nashville, Tennessee. And we take in severely abused and neglected animals that have nowhere else to go because they're not adoptable, because they're too old, too sick, too lame, or too scared to be adoptable or find homes of their own. We bring them into the Gentle Barn, we rehabilitate them, and we give them vet care, but we also give them acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractics, deep tissue massage therapy, ultrasound, ice therapy, water therapy, nutritional supplements, energetic healing, animal communication, and lots of love. And once they're healed, if we can find them a home of their own, great. And if not, then they stay here at our sanctuary for the rest of their lives. Once they're ready, we partner with them to heal people with the same stories of abuse and neglect, and to connect people to the love and magic of animals. Collectively, over the 3 locations, we have 200 rescued animals, and we're home to horses, cows, pigs, sheep, goats, chickens, turkeys, peacocks, llamas, dogs, cats, donkeys, and we have a parrot and 2 pigeons.
And a few dogs. Well, you said that. Dogs and cats,
Yeah. I've been talking to animals since I was a small child, and thought everybody did. And then as I grew up, I realized that other people didn't. And I kind of lost confidence in my abilities because I wanted to be normal. And so I kind of shunned my intuition away. And then as an adult running the Gentle Barn, I wanted those skills back. I wanted that intuition back, and I wanted to really connect with animals like I did when I was young. And it was Joan Ranquet and this school that gave me my confidence and allowed me to step into who I truly am and have always been meant to be. So I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Joan Ranquet and this school for everything that I've learned about animal communication and tapping and energy healing, because I've taken those skills right to the Gentle Barn and been able to help so many more animals and people. When Joan and I first became friends and she started coming around and we would like hang out in the barnyard and talk, she started talking to me about tapping, which at the time like made no sense to my brain. I just was like, I don't know what she's talking about. It makes no sense. But she said, well, here, have you ever had a trauma in your life? And I said, yes, actually. When I was a kid, I was thrown from a horse and then had a series of experiences with horses that kind of strengthened that fear, to the point where I was running the Gentle Barn and had over 25 horses and still had this kind of irrational knee-jerk fear reaction to horses. And I said, you know, it's just the most painful thing because I love horses with all my heart and soul, but I feel like I can't really relax around them or get near them because I'm so scared. And so she said, well, I'll do tapping. And so she did a round of tapping on me, and out of nowhere, I mean, I didn't know what I expected, but I didn't expect all that much. But out of nowhere, all this emotion came, and I was crying and bawling and like reconnecting with all this trauma and this sorrow and this loss that I had had with horses. And it felt good. It was a really cathartic cry. And so I knew that emotions had come up and out. But other than that, I kind of like let it go, forgot about it, moved on with my life. And then many months later, I found myself at our Tennessee location, and we were grooming horses for the day, about to bring them out in pasture. And my husband said, hey, listen, I'm gonna go run and do something, but when you're ready to get the horses from the barn to the pasture, let me know and I'll come and do it. Because he always did it for me because he knew I didn't want to walk with them. And he said, you know, I'll come and do it. And I said, no, go do your thing, I got it. And he was like, well, I'm gonna come and help you walk the horses out to pasture. And I said, no, I got it. And he goes, since when? And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, you're afraid of horses. And I'm like, no, I don't feel afraid anymore. I could totally do this. And he was like, Ellie, what are you talking about? You've been afraid of horses since the day I met you. And I'm like, I'm not afraid anymore. And he goes, why? I said, I don't know. And I kind of thought, and I was like, oh, it's that Joan. It's that weird tapping thing that she just did. Oh my God, I'm not afraid of horses anymore. And I realized that that tapping released my fear and my trauma of horses. And to this day, I am no longer afraid of horses. And just yesterday, Joan, I was walking my horse Magic, who is young and spirited, and he has been known to buck and rear and do things. And I've never really walked him by myself because I just was like, no, thank you. And yesterday, he needed an injection. So I went and got him from the pasture and I walked him into the barn without batting an eyelash. And as I was doing it, I was like, wow, I got myself back.
Yeah.
I was so stuck in this trauma and this grief for horses. And Joan allowed me to release it and move on with my life. And I am no longer afraid of horses. And it changed my life. You gave me my life with horses back, Joan.
That's awesome.
And I've been connected with horses since I was 5 years old. So for me, it was like oxygen. And I got it back. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Those were lovely kisses. We pause for llama kisses. Hi.
Always. Oh.
Thank you, Joni. That was so lovely.
Oh
Those
my
were
God,
lovely
that is so
kisses. Those are really sweet llama kisses. Thank you. Do you have any more? Hi, oh, more. Thank you, Joni.
Oh my God. she's
Wow, that was
ridiculous.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so then, flash forward a couple years. Hi. Hi. I love you. I love you so much. Hi. So many kisses, Joni. Thank you. So then fast forward a couple years later, we got our pig Honey Bear, and he moved in. He was 1,000 pounds. It was his barnyard. We got to know him. He's been an amazing guy. He's a big honey-colored pig, and he's like 1,000 pounds, and he always grunts his thank yous when we give him tummy rubs, and he's just delightful. And a few years after that, we got our pig Menorah, and Menorah is another adult pig, and she was being raised up in Washington State, where they were raising her and preparing her to eat for Christmas, and she unexpectedly had a bunch of babies. And when they saw her as a mom, they could no longer see her as a meal, and they could no longer kill her. And so they reached out, and we were able to drive from California all the way up to Washington, pick Menorah up with her babies, drive them home to the safety of the Gentle Barn, and they've been here ever since. So what we did was we opened up the stall in between Honey Bear and Menorah and her babies, and we put a fence in between them so they could smell each other, hear each other, see each other, and get used to each other. But I wasn't going to allow Menorah and the babies together with Honey Bear until they were weaned, neutered, spayed, and a little bit older, because I didn't want to put Menorah in a position where she had to defend her babies. She was very protective over them. So for 4 months, they kind of visited with each other with the fence in between, and Menorah nursed her babies and then slowly started to wean them. And when they were 4 months old, they were all weaned. 5 months old, they were all spayed and neutered, at which point it was time to integrate Honey Bear with Menorah and her babies. And they were really friendly through the fence. They would sleep on either side of the fence, like sleeping together. They would eat together, sleep together. He was very sweet and gentle to the babies. And I really just wasn't very much worried about it. I thought it was going to be fine. And so when the day came to integrate them, we opened their doors. The babies tumbled into Honey Bear's room. He loved all of them. He was so happy to be with them. And he took on that role as stepdad. Then after the babies had fully met Honey Bear, Menorah came into Honey Bear's room. And at first it was fine. They sniffed each other. Menorah was like checking out his room. And then out of nowhere, Menorah attacked Honey Bear. And she was like jumping on him and biting him. And he just sat there like a gentleman, not moving, because he didn't want to retaliate. He wanted to show her like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. Anyway, we had to bring our pig boards and, get her out of his room. And it was scary because he was so innocent and he was being so sweet. And here she was kind of being what looked like and sounded like very vicious. So I was telling Joan how that went, and she said, well, let's do tapping. And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. So Joan came out to the Gentle Barn, and she talked to Honey Bear and Menorah. And what she got from Honey Bear was that he kind of had like a victim sign on his back. That where he was before coming to the Gentle Barn, he was bullied and harassed and kind of mistreated, and so he was used to being the victim. So she did a round of tapping on Honey Bear to kind of get that victim out of his system and that trauma out of his system. And then Joan did a round of tapping with Menorah, and what she got from Menorah was that the only reason Menorah had ever been with a male pig was to be raped, impregnated, and then had her babies taken away and sold. So she was fine with him through the fence, but the minute they were face to face, she all of a sudden went back into her past trauma of thinking he was going to rape her and we were going to breed her. And so Joan did a round of tapping on Menorah, releasing that trauma and releasing all of those experiences. And then we gave a couple days for it to kind of sink in and for them to process it. And then a couple days later, Joan was like, you should reintroduce them. And I was like, oh, but I'm so scared. And what if they fight? And what if they hurt each other? And it was just so scary. And I kept procrastinating. I kept coming up with excuses not to do it. And Joan came over a couple days later and was like, we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not going to watch.
We had pig boards. We had everything set up.
And we opened their doors, and Menorah went into Honey Bear's room, and they kissed each other, and they've been in love ever since. As a matter of fact, they love each other so much that Menorah in the evening will tuck her babies into bed and put them into bed, and she goes and sleeps in Honey Bear's room.
Pretty sexy. Can we go sneak a peek at them?
Yes, of course.
All right. I'm going to follow Ellie.
Hi, babies. Hi, Barry. Hi. Hi, my sweetheart.
Very. Okay, so
And just to explain really, really quickly, we have 4 potbelly pigs, and then we have Menorah, her 6 babies, and Honey Bear. And they kind of share the yard. So Menorah, Honey Bear, and the babies are out all night. And then in the morning after breakfast, Honey Bear and the babies and Menorah, they go into the barn for a little bit of a nap to give the potbelly pigs the yard to play in until 11:30. So if you're wondering why they're not out, we're going to go into Honey Bear's room. They're taking their nap while the potbelly pigs run around. Hi, Honey Bear. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, my angel. Hi, my angel. Are you taking your nap, you sweet boy? You sweet, wonderful Honey Bear. Are you a sweet, wonderful Honey Bear? And that's Menorah right next to him in the other room. And like I said, after the potbelly pigs have their turn in the yard, everybody, this whole family is together. They're just separated right now for their nap. And Honey Bear, I'm gonna spray you with some fly spray, okay, my angel? Let's get the flies away from your face, okay? There you go. That's much better, right? Hi, my angel. How do you feel about a tummy rub?
And there's Menorah.
Can I give you a tummy rub?
And there's all the babies. Hi, Menorah.
Hi, Menorah.
All right. So, I think everybody's falling in love with the animals here.
So, but Joan, if not for you and the tapping to release their issues so that they can be together, life would be very, very sad around here for them.
Yeah.
Because Honey Bear would, without you and the tapping, Honey Bear would have kind of been sentenced to a lifetime of isolation. But because of the tapping, now he gets basically a wife and 6 babies. He gets, and you should see them in the swimming pool. They all are in the pool together. They lay in bed together. They're out in the yard together. And he's got this rich, rich family and this rich life because of the tapping.
Yeah.
Because they were able to release the past and move forward. So, I don't know. When you first talked to me about tapping, it sounded so strange, but now I'm
And you're using it
with
with your clients.
And now I'm using it. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that Joan was very generous enough to invite me into her Animal Mastery program, into the big program. And this Thursday will be the last class in a year. So I've just finished the first year, and not only do I have my confidence back and I'm able to use these things with the animals at the Gentle Barn, but now for the first time in my life, I'm practicing animal communication, tapping, and Scalar Wave professionally for people all over the world. And I love tapping. I love doing it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing ever. Because people come with these problems and you could just do a round of tapping and release them and they can move on with their lives.
Yeah, and should we go down to Hiro?
Sure.
So we're gonna go tap on a horse. We're gonna walk and talk and tap and.
I love you,
Bye,
Honey Bear. I love you,
guys.
Menorah.
Oh my God, there was a big yawn. Anyway.
Have a good night.
So, as an animal communicator, we can get the feelings from the animals. So it's really easy to create the script. Or you can hear the story from the person. Oh my God, the sounds. All right, I'm gonna grab my iPad so we can
How can I help?
stay. Let's see if you could grab. I don't know. Oh, I think my iPad may have died.
Oh no. Yeah, it's off.
All right.
Oh, it
temperature.
overheated.
Okay. Sometimes iPads overheat, so we've lost Yasmin. I've been known to put my phone in the fridge.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll just put this in my backpack. And
Oh my god, I'm upside down.
okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna walk, and I'm gonna,
Can I put this in my feed room?
Yeah.
So no hoodlums eat it?
no hoodlums eat it. Okay, so we're gonna walk down to a horse that we're gonna tap on. And let's see. All right, what I wanted to also show you is some of the cute
Hi, my
sheep
darlings.
and goats. Every bit. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that face, huh?
Hi, sweet, beautiful girl. Hi, Bolsheep. Hi, Thumper. Hi,
All right.
Amelia. Hi, Sapphire. Hi, Harmony.
And there's King at the door.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Harmony. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Sophia Grace. Hi, King. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Pebbles. I'm just going to scoot past you, but you can stay right where you are. Oh, sorry, King. I didn't mean to disturb you.
So sorry. Okay. Hello, handsome. All right.
Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Stanley.
So we're getting a tour of the Gentle Barn too. So we'll just follow Ellie down to the horses.
I love you guys. I'll see you later.
But I can, I definitely, also ironically, part of the story you had with the horses, Ellie, was with Whisper, and then we tapped with Whisper.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we've actually gone full circle with that.
That's right. Yeah. Well, here we could talk about her when she's in the barn, so we could be with her.
All right, so here we are down with the
Hi,
horses.
Louis.
And there's John Lewis over there.
Hi, baby.
I might have to go say hi to him after we tap.
Hi. Hi. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Whisper.
Here's Whisper.
Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, Whisper had a extremely. So I got Whisper when she was 2 weeks old. No, yeah, I came into Whisper's life when she was 2 weeks old. And I had this irrational fear of horses, and so it really prohibited me from being her real mom and being a strong mom and being what she needed. And so our relationship kind of fell apart because she needed boundaries and I was too scared to give them. And so then I adopted Whisper out to someone who promised to take care of her and ended up giving her to a neighbor, and the neighbor abused her very, 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 very badly. And so you helped me tap so that I could be with horses, but now that Whisper's back, you did tapping on her for her trauma and to forgive her past. And now our relationship has never been this good.
Oh.
Like, we are so close. And I could have the relationship with her that I had always dreamed of without any of our crap in the way.
Yeah, and just like, I mean, I know I'm speaking to the choir on this because people understand that, like, when you have a relationship challenge with a husband or a kid, we have our challenges with our animals as much as we love them. And our animal people, you know, we can't help but to still, it's a relationship, so it's going to come with challenges. So should we go out and
Let's go see Hiro.
so tell us about Hiro.
So, Hiro was from a severe. You know what? Maybe we should bring her in so we're not standing in the sun because the phone's gonna die.
Okay.
Do you? Let me go get her.
Okay. All right. So while we're waiting, and I'll be able to see. Can everybody hear me? Okay, the video is having spasms. Okay, I see what people are. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to tap on Hiro here in a minute. And see, there's Ellie out there confidently getting the horse. And here's Whisper. She gets her butt scratched. That's universal language for scratch my butt. Anyway, does anyone have any questions, comments, observations so far, if I can read? Okay. The video stalls. Okay. Any questions, comments, observations about? All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's funny. Shannon just said that. Yeah, sorry that I dropped you. This phone now has barn dirt, and the stand has pig slime on it. So life is good. Anyway, she wanted her butt scratched, and Shannon mentioned that we talked about the first chakra yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, someone said it's a much clearer video. I actually made the choice just because I'm only streaming here as opposed to the other places where I've been streaming. And I'm glad that you like the adventure. Okay, there she is.
Come on, my darling, let's go in the shade.
All right.
There's a hose here, Joan. Oh, baby, here's your stuff.
Hi. Good. Okay. So, this is Hiro. Hi. Hi.
Hey, Hiro. So this is Hiro. And she was from an extreme cruelty case where she was parked in the sun and she developed cancer in both eyes, along with a whole slew of other horrendous things that happened to her. She was a very, very long recovery that we put her through, and now we're maintaining her. But she needs to partner with a horse because she's blind, and so she partnered with Cherokee, and then Cherokee passed away. She partnered with Rascalina, and then Rascalina passed away. She partnered with Patrick, and then Patrick passed away. Then she partnered with Bonsai, and then Bonsai passed away, and then she partnered with Sir Lancelot, and Sir Lancelot passed away. So she has gone through a lot of love and loss. Now she has partnered with Magic, which is wonderful, but Magic is now the king of our herd, and he's got dual responsibilities for her, but then also the other two horses, Ruby and Whisper, that don't get along with Hiro. So now, instead of Hiro being out all day with the donkeys and Magic as her sixth partner, now she gets to go out in the morning, but then Whisper and Ruby go out in the afternoon to have a turn with Magic, and then Hiro comes into her stall and has lunch and a nap and gets hand-walked by our staff around the property. And so that's just a lot of love and a lot of loss. And she was really happy when she was out in pasture with Magic all day long. But then when the leader passed away and Magic became the leader, and now he had to take care of Whisper and Ruby doesn't get along with her, then she was kind of taken away from him. And so if we can do any kind of healing around that and tapping around that.
So normally we would do, look at Susie says, I'm in late, but Ellie, I love you so much.
Oh, thank you. I love you too, Susie.
So, because we aren't going to do any animal communication role, I mean, we can all get a sense of, like, she's had so much heartbreak that there's actually a lot of almost armor around there. And also, I talked about this yesterday, that a lot of times our strength is our weakness, like our strongest, like she is a huge-hearted horse, huge-hearted. And so she probably leads with her heart chakra, and then she has an injury a lot like, you know, the front legs are part of the heart chakra, and so that leg is just like Gabrielle, huge heart, but also our wounding happens there.
Yeah, because she had a wound in her knee that was infected down to the bone when we got her.
Yeah.
And she's got lots of scar tissue around it, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so should we just start with the losses? Okay. And do you want to hold her? And do we fly mask off, or how do you want to do it?
Hiro, we want to see your beautiful face. I'm going to take off your fly mask. There you go. Baby, can we have your attention for a second? Hiro, can we just have you for, let's borrow you for 10 minutes and then you can go eat. Come on, darling. Come on, darling. Okay, that was a no.
She is got her own personality.
I'm going to put your halter on, my angel. We need to borrow you for like 10 minutes, and then you can eat for the rest of the day.
So for those that got
I'm going to ask you, come here, sorry.
For those that got the handout, you can see that where the tapping points are. And so, all right, I think we're good, yeah? All right, okay. So we start with a setup statement. A lot of times I don't always with an animal because we've had the animal communication session, but we're just going to start here. And if you want to repeat after me. Even though I've had so much loss.
Even though I've had so much loss.
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 And I don't know what to do.
And I don't know what to do.
And I love and accept myself.
And I love and accept myself.
Even though I've had so much loss.
Even though I've had so much loss.
I make friends and then they die.
I make friends and then they die.
And I don't know what to do.
And I don't know what to do.
And I love and accept myself.
And I love and accept myself.
Even though I've had so many crazy situations.
Even though I've had so many crazy situations,
I still have an open heart,
I still have an open heart,
and I honor the choices I'm making.
and I honor the choices I'm making.
Okay, so tapping through the points, I'm gonna tap. I can't believe it.
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 Another one dead.
Another one dead.
He was my lifeline.
He was my lifeline.
So was Bonsai.
So was Bonsai.
So was Patrick.
So was Patrick.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
I cannot believe it.
I cannot believe it.
I don't know how I'm going to survive.
I don't know how I'm going to survive.
I can't stand it.
I can't stand it.
And I'm so sick of being alone.
And I'm so sick of being alone.
Horses aren't supposed to be alone.
Horses aren't supposed to be alone.
I don't want to be alone.
I don't want to be alone.
I am so sick of being alone.
I am so sick of being alone.
I was so lonely when they did all this crap to me.
I was so lonely when they did all this crap to me.
They just left me out there.
They just left me out there.
They 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 completely left me out there.
They completely left me out there.
They left me out there.
They left me out there.
My loneliness is so deep.
My loneliness is so deep.
It is so deep.
It is so deep.
And I've hardened.
And I've hardened.
My heart is huge,
My heart is huge.
but I've got so much armor.
But I've got so much armor.
I didn't trust people.
I didn't trust people.
I didn't really like people.
I didn't really like people.
Deep down I did,
Deep down I did.
but it was so hard.
But it was so hard.
And then I tried to trust horses,
And then I tried to trust horses.
and it gets so hard again.
And it gets so hard again.
Because that Ruby and Whisper,
To that Ruby and Whisper.
they were mean.
They were mean.
Yeah, they were mean.
They were mean.
Here we have a release. They were so mean to me.
They were so mean to me.
And I'm so sick of it.
And I'm so sick of it.
Who do they think they
Who
are?
do they think they are?
They're just terrible.
They're just terrible.
They're the mean girls.
They're the mean girls.
The mean girls of the Gentle
The
Barn.
mean girls of the Gentle Barn.
But you know what?
But you know what?
I'm bigger than that.
I'm bigger than that.
And guess what's happened?
And guess what's happened?
I get all the attention from people.
I get all the attention from people.
I have magic in the morning,
I have magic in the morning,
and I have people in the afternoon.
and I have people in the afternoon.
And I still have my big heart.
And I still have my big heart.
I am a big heart.
I am a big heart.
Boy.
Oh, she's just releasing all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
So I wanted to give everyone a demo of that because that's basically how it goes. And like I said, that was a short version, and we would maybe do more. But she really released pretty quickly, didn't she?
She did. As soon as you said about the mean girls, she just was releasing. Like she felt validated and heard. And yeah, that was amazing.
So gorgeous. Such a beautiful girl. So, so how do you know she's releasing? So she was licking and chewing. That's how you tell. And also you could just feel, you know, stuff kind of coming off of her. And she, yeah, so people keep asking about that. She was licking and chewing. And now she's nibbling my finger. So that's another way that you can tell. Also, licking and chewing. You
Blowing
can,
their nose.
yeah, snorting, blowing, breathing differently, passing gas, being silly when we weren't before. And just really, she's got such a softness now. I mean, she's still licking and chewing there. She is still licking and chewing. So she's earned her lunch.
Go eat, my angel.
And anyway, we can I can go in and answer questions later on. And see, let's see, Paula says, when you do the tapping, are you seeing and feeling her trauma to help her release, or are you just saying the story someone told you? Okay, so it could be either, right? Like, if you're not an animal communicator, you could use the story that someone told me. Just because we were, short on time, I took the story, let Ellie tell me the story. But what is, and one thing I would say is that I feel like she really has forgiven people, but I did bring up that part of the story too, just to kind of emphasize that this is someone who's had a lot of, one trigger could, one thing like some Mean Girls could compound an old trauma like that. But so I told the story in this situation. Normally, I've done animal communication. Like, there is no way it would have ever occurred to us without talking to Menorah that the reason she went after that honey bear was because she'd been raped. I mean, that wasn't even ever in my mind. Never occurred to me or you.
Yeah, no.
And so when she told that story and I was able to tap on it, then she was able to be free of it. And so normally I start with animal communication. And again, I'm going to go through, I have to teach from 11 to 1. I've got my, the last day of energy healing for animals level 1 at 11 and at 5. And I have graduation calls all day, including Claudia's finally doing hers years later. But I will, I'll go in and answer questions in between here, and I'm sure Shannon's been answering questions and some of the other students and teachers in the school. And again, on Saturday we have the Q&A. Tomorrow we have Marie Christine, but on Saturday we have the Q&A. And I just want to remind people that we have the special going on while we're in this masterclass, that Energy Healing for Animals Fundamentals, which is the 12-week digital portion that you have, and we have the EFT is a bonus and the Scalar is a bonus. And so it's $397 and it's a $900 value. So while we are in this this masterclass, we have that special running, and I hope you'll take advantage of it. And so someone asked, so what would happen now? Would she be introduced to the rest of the herd?
No, I don't think that I'm going to do that. I think that Ruby Moore has kind of made it clear that she doesn't really see Hiro as an equal or someone that could be part of her family. I don't want Hiro to be treated like that anymore. And so I think that I'm going to leave it, that she can go out with the donkeys and magic all morning. She can come in for lunch and a nap, and the staff can take her on a long walk. And then, of course, everybody comes in at dinner, so she's with everybody at dinner. And I think that instead of trying to integrate her into a herd that kind of doesn't want her, I want to focus making her a really, really featured part of our tours. So we do tours from 11 to 1 and 2 to 4 every day. I've told all my tour guides to bring, I don't care if they're small children, I don't care if there's a big group of children, or if it's just adults, to bring every single tour into Hiro and let her be scratched all over and be like the absolute movie star and featured animal. And I think that with that new role, and I love how you mentioned that at the end, I think Hiro can be very complete and very happy with her life and be offered multiple different things that make her happy. I think that people going in to see her is a big deal, and I think that it makes her feel really, really special. But allowing her to kind of be acknowledged and validated for how they were mean and just shed the past and let her be present in her present, I think that's going to allow her to be 100% happy and not have any resistance to it.
Yeah. And it's funny because I brought in a third horse right before the pandemic, and there was a very big disconnect between my 3 horses. And I was actually driving home from dinner here one night, and on the drive home I heard this song that reminded me of my old horse Raleigh, and I was like, Anya is still grieving Raleigh, and we all really were. And so I went and I tapped on Anya, and I tapped on Gabrielle, and I tapped on my new horse Drakkar, and released any final grief. I mean, we still miss him, but she was like, that's no Raleigh. And it's like, that's right, it's no Raleigh. Let's see who this guy is. And from that moment on, literally, she went into heat and fell in love with Drakkar. Like went into heat while I was just as I was finishing up tapping. So, and now I've got like some weird orgy going on all the time, except he's gelded. But so sometimes you can integrate in the herd. But I really appreciate what she's saying about this. That like just having her being acknowledged is. I talk to my students in the advanced class that. We need animal communication, we need energy healing, we need training, but often we just need management. And in this situation, you're managing it beautifully, so everybody is happy. But you can know how to manage something when you have animal communication and EFT, when you can get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, and Joan, even though I've been talking to animals since I was a kid, and then I kind of started really wanting to regain my gifts for the Gentle Barn, I had no confidence when it came to my own animals because I felt like I was too close. So I would always like call someone else and be like, oh, can you talk to so-and-so? And I got to tell you, like, that's one of the main gifts that you've given me, is that I don't need to rely on someone else or beg someone else to help me. That I finally, once and for all, after 54 years, have confidence in my own abilities and from what the animals are telling me. And so now I can come down and have a chat with the horses or the cows or the pigs or the sheep, and I can ask them, what are you feeling and what are you needing? And I trust what I get and I go based on that. And so it allows me to take much better care of them because I'm not looking to anyone else to help me. Now I can help myself and I can help my own animals. And so I don't know, like, if you guys are in Joan's classes, just keep taking them. Joan, you know what you're like? You in your school, you're like a giant big bag of potato chips. You can't just have one. So if you just want to eat one at a time and take one class at a time, go for it. Just keep munching on those yummy chips,
And they're vegan.
And they're vegan, of course. Take Animal Communication Level 1, and then munch on Animal Communication Advanced, and then munch on some energy healing for animals. But just keep taking those classes. But if, you're like me, you just want to eat the entire bag all at once, enroll in the Animal Mastery Program, the big program, because it will change your life. It won't only give you the skills to do animal communication and tapping and energy healing, but it gives people connection once and for all to themselves. Yeah. It is the greatest self-mastery program you could ever embark on, self-healing.
Thank you.
Because you're learning to trust yourself and to honor your voice, your inner voice. It is the greatest self-help course I have ever taken in my life, and I am stronger as a human being to trust myself, to trust my intuition, to trust my instincts, to connect with myself and to everyone around me and to the animals that I care for more deeply than I ever have in my entire life. And I owe it all to you.
Thank you. We owe so much to you. Look at this place. It's amazing what you do for the planet. So,
thank you.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing, and thank you for all of that. I think that we have to get going because I have to teach a class, but we have to say hi to John Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, that was hard, right? I had to really twist her arm.
Yeah, really twist my arm, Joan. I don't know, like you're asking for too much here.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me put Hiro's fly mask on really, really quick.
And there's Shaylee, and I used to call her Jamie, but anyway. And there's Ruby. Hi, Ruby. And let's see. I'm trying to. I can take us over to the cows. So this is where, when the Gentle Barn is open, this is where you come in, and there's lots of, they have food and a little gift store. You can go online and buy gifts. Yes?
Shaylee has a magic trick to show you. She has a magic trick to show everybody.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Oh. Oh my God.
Is he the cutest thing in the whole world?
Hello. Oh.
Hi, little Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God. See? It's so fun to hang out here at the Gentle Barn. This is what I do in my spare time. Come down here. Okay, so These are so cute. There's John Lewis. And, of course, all these other beauties.
Lewis, come here, baby. Come here, Lulu. Come here. Hi, Alex. Come here, Lulu. Hi, holy cow.
Holy cow.
There's my baby. Come here. There's my baby.
Hi.
Hi, what are you doing?
Hi.
Are you ready to host a cow hug therapy session with me?
Hi. I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. So for those that don't know, John Lewis was hand-raised, basically was here from day one and lived in their living room, and then he got a stall out back where at some point I will live, and and then he just moved down to the cows. So he's still Ellie's baby.
Yes, and he still gets a bottle every morning.
So cute. All right, I have to dash because I have to teach. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Subtle Energy with Marie Christine, and then we have Saturday's Q&A. So I will see you all. Thank you for coming.